So this is something a little bit different from Fox News. An artificial intelligence expert with more than 2 decades of experience studying AI safety said that said an open letter calling for a 6-month moratorium on developing powerful AI systems does not go far enough. Eliezer Yudkowsky, a decision theorist at the Machine Intelligence Research Institute, wrote in a recent op-ed that the 6-month pause in developing AI systems more powerful than GPT-4, called for by Tesla CEO Elon Musk and hundreds of other innovators and experts, understates the seriousness of the situation. He would go further, implementing a moratorium on new large AI learning models that is indefinite and worldwide. So he wants an indefinite moratorium on all of these AI systems. He said in a letter, powerful AI systems should be developed only once we are confident that the effects will be positive and their risk be manageable. The key issue is not human competitive intelligence, as the open letter puts it. It's what happens after AI gets smarter than human intelligence. He says that Yudkowsky warns that there is no proposed plan for dealing with a superintelligence that decides the most optimal solution to whatever problem it is tasked with solving is annihilating all life on Earth. He also raises concerns that AI researchers don't actually know if learning models have become self-aware and whether it's ethical to own them if they are. So this is what he's claiming. This is the concern that we're hearing from people now, is that we got to be very worried about AI because, number one, they could become self-aware, and maybe they already are. These, these chat bots and everything. Maybe they have they are conscious. Actually, they have become their own consciousness, and then once that happens, then do they form together to become some sort of super intelligence that, as he says, annihilates all life on Earth? Because maybe the robots would say, well, all these problems that we're supposed to be solving, probably the simplest solution is just to start exterminating people. Now, it's on one hand, that's not an implausible theory because many of these AI systems are being programmed by leftists, and we know for leftism that is the solution. These are eugenicists, and this is what they believe. They believe that the way you solve a lot of these problems is by reducing the number of people on Earth. They say one of the biggest problems that we face right now, according to them, is the fact that there are too many people on Earth, and so we have to reduce the number because people are a cancerous blight on Mother Earth. So in a certain way, you can anticipate AI being programmed that way. But I still am not terribly concerned about AI wiping out all life on Earth, okay? That's not the risk. But I am still worried about AI. I think it's a very serious concern. My worry, though, is not that it kills people, okay, but that it makes life for people miserable. It doesn't kill humans. Instead, it kills the human spirit. That's what we should be concerned about with AI technology and with much of modern technology. Doesn't mean we want to live in the Stone Age, but this is the downside. It's not a sci-fi movie where a chatbot becomes. Look, none of these chatbots are self-aware, and Siri on your iPhone is not self-aware. That's just not happening. As far as we know, it's not possible for inorganic matter to develop consciousness. There's no indication at all that that's even physically possible. All we have are the sci-fi films and books that we all grew up with, all these stories, and so even these scientists and these AI theorists, they are heavily influenced by fiction. And so they're coming up with this story that's really rooted in that. So that's not going to happen, okay? The robots are not becoming self-aware. They're not going to band together. It's not Terminator. They're not going to try to enslave us. But what is going to happen, and what is happening right now, is that this technology makes human beings increasingly useless and obsolete, okay? By taking away jobs as we get self-driving cars, and you don't need people driving cars anymore. You don't need truck drivers. You don't need, so we get rid of that, and as the chatbots and these kinds of systems are able to start like composing, in fact, I just read the other day that BuzzFeed has already started using AI to generate its articles, which means we don't need BuzzFeed writers anymore. And I know that in and of itself seems like more of a perk than a downside, that we're getting rid of BuzzFeed writers, but it just shows like this is the trend, making human beings obsolete, taking away jobs, taking away work, making, and then also, kind of paradoxically, at the same time, also making life far too easy. It takes your job away, it's not easy, but in general, kind of like all this technological advancement, removing all resistance from life, prioritizing efficiency and convenience above everything else. You don't have to work for anything. It's all just handed to you. And I think that also breeds boredom, which breeds despair. So it's kind of on a deeper level, but I think that's what we need to be concerned about when it comes to AI.